Joining us now on the line is Bill O'Reilly, formerly of Fox News Channel, and he's now out on his own, and he's got his own podcast and his own website. And thanks for being with us here, Bill O'Reilly. I appreciate it.
All right, you got to tell them it's BillOReilly.com now, Howie, you know?
I was going to let you do that.
You got to give everybody a...
Come on, Howie. You got to promote. You got to hustle.
Into...
You know what this hustle's like, Howie. Come on, help a guy out.
I do. I do know what the hustle is like. BillO'Reilly.com.
There's 10 gazillion podcasts. Do you have a podcast yet, Carr? You'll have one soon, I'm sure.
Yeah,
do you have one yet?
Yeah, the show is podcasted,
yeah.
Howie.
Yeah, the show is a podcast.
Okay. So you know that the mainstream media is falling apart, right? And it is, both local news and national news, falling apart right before our eyes. So that it's now balkanized in the sense that people like me, do I want to go back and work into this unbelievable chaos that is going to be there as long as Donald Trump is president? Not particularly. So I've started my own news channel, which is BillO'Reilly.com. We do a podcast 4 times a week, and we have an honest presentation, and, you know, it's going great. So that's the future.
Well, you know, I was thinking,
I can't trust the big media companies.
I read your column today, and I thought to myself, you know, Bill O'Reilly's only been gone for a little over a year from Fox News Channel, but I mean, things have already gotten much more polarized just in the 14 months or so since you've been gone. I was thinking that, you know, when Fox had the Super Bowl a few years ago, Barack Obama actually sat down with you, a critic from the most critical news channel, and you know, sat for an interview. And you know what? In this, as polarized as it is now, I can't imagine that ever happening again. I can't imagine Donald Trump sitting down for an interview with CNN. I know I wouldn't sit down, or not CNN, but NBC, because they might have the Super Bowl. You know, I think things have just gotten immeasurably worse recently, even since you've been gone, haven't they?
Well, yeah, because what happened was I was never hateful toward Barack Obama. I was never a birther or anything like that. I gave him what I thought was fair treatment. I just thought that his socialistic view, sorry about that, the dog is, I
the dog doesn't like Obama.
Man, listen, I'm so old I can remember I used to work with Bill O'Reilly, and if he was ever doing like a stand-up and a dog started barking, he would go crazy. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
now a dog is barking in the background. You're working.
Mellow.
You're ruining my live shot, Bill O'Reilly. Come on, give that dog a bone.
Yeah, I know. It's just a matter of being older and wiser. You're getting there too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was at the federal courthouse today.
You were a bomb thrower at one time. You still throw the grenades, you know, in your column for the then you say on the radio, but you have to mellow out a little bit. But this is really an important discussion here. What we have going on is money. And CNN and MSNBC and NBC News and the networks have said, you know, there's more money in it for us if we can bash Trump every day. And therefore Fox said, you know what? If they're going to bash Trump every day, we're going to be pro-Trump because all of Trump people are going to come to us because he's getting bashed on the others. So now this is what you have. You don't have really you don't have people that are fair or that are searching for the truth. You have people that are pandering to an audience so they get ratings and money. It's all about money.
Objectivity,
and Trump has made this into an industry.
Objectivity is always been kind of a myth, though, Bill. I mean, by your selection of facts, you're making editorial judgments, and your biases are going to come out in the selection of the facts that you present, right?
But you have to understand that there was a fake. We are fair, or we want the truth. And, you know, back when I was younger and working in Boston, we did try to get to the story, try to find out what really happened. I mean, at least I did. When I was on Channel 7 and Channel 5. And my bosses wanted me to. But now the bosses don't even want you to. If you wear a Make America Great hat into the Boston Globe newsroom, your career is finished. It's over. There's no more diversity of opinion. This is what we do. This is who our audience is, and you give us what we want. And that's why the press has fallen apart.
Isn't this, though, a return to the early days of the Republic? In those days, you had Federalist newspapers and you had Democrat-Republican newspapers, right? And
but you didn't have what you didn't have back then, though, was this mass hatred that's generated on television, where every day of my life, in more than 20 years on the Fox News Channel, I was threatened. I had to have security. I knew that the far left press, the New York Times, was trying to dig stuff up on me. Okay, and then when there was a management change at Fox, I didn't have anybody protecting me anymore. And bang! And every commentator, every single commentator on national television knows that they are in the crosshairs, and they could be destroyed any time. That's the difference. Because back in 1812, you didn't have that kind of mass consumption. Now you do.
You're right up to a point, Bill. But look at Joy Reid. I mean, look what they've got on Joy Reid, and she hasn't been destroyed, has she?
She's protected, Carr. She's protected. Okay, so if Joy Reid were working for an organization that valued honesty and fairness, she would have been gone a long time ago. But Joy Reid is protected. So it doesn't really matter what Joy Reid does, because NBC is going to protect her. That's their code. That's what they want to do. And she's not big enough, to raise a ruckus for more than a couple of days. So you can be protected by your company, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be smeared and have people on your front lawn and things like that. And that's how hateful this whole environment is.
What do you make of Keith Olbermann being rehired by ESPN, Disney, ABC / on the same day, basically, that they fire Roseanne Barr? So they fire a pro-Trump person. On the same day, they rehire for the sixth time, by the way, someone who accuses Donald Trump of being a Nazi.
Well, look, number one, he's not big enough to even consider a comparison with Roseanne Barr, and Disney knows that. ESPN has collapsed as a network. And the reason it's collapsed is because they did go left-wing, and many, many sports viewers are conservative, traditional people. So they don't watch it anymore. So now ESPN has made just the determination that I told you about 3 minutes ago. We're not going to get those people back. We're not getting the conservatives and traditionals people back. So we're going to go left in a big way. We'll hire the biggest hater that we can find, and he's a left-wing guy, and maybe he has a few followers that'll come in and watch us. That's why they did it.
I don't, obviously I don't know much about programming in TV because I didn't, I haven't had a really stellar career in TV. But
I know everything about it, Carr. I developed the most successful cable news program in history. I know how you market.
Okay,
I know what their profits are. I know all the people.
So is that a successful? So now you can answer my question. Is that a successful marketing ploy to rehire for the sixth time Keith Olbermann?
It's insane. It's insane. But when they hired Jemele Hill, ESPN did, they knew what they were getting. Jemele Hill is not a phony. She's right up front. Doesn't like the country. Feels that white supremacy is everywhere. Jemele Hill doesn't make any disguise. ESPN knew.
Yeah. I tell you, Bill.
Featured position.
Bill, is there any room for like a middle of the road cable news channel? CNN and MSNBC are split. No, I don't think so either. I think you got to go one way or the other.
No, there's no room. But I'll tell you why I'm making a ton of money on BillOReilly.com. Because if you present your point of view with authority and with backup facts, okay, even though you may have a point of view, people will accept that. people will come in because they learn something. All right? So now I'm explaining today on BillOReilly.com why Trump is doing all this tariff business, and he's up in Quebec, and why he's running roughshod over all the other countries. I explain that in a way that's entertaining. And then what's going to happen next week in Singapore. I explain what Trump wants, how he's going to get it, and he will get it. I know the man. I have access to the man. I know his thinking. So when you listen to BillOReilly.com and me, you learn something.
Is he telling you to go?
It's not some jerk saying, F Trump this, Trump's an F-er. It's not, that's stupid.
One last question,
That's a waste
Bill.
of time.
One last question, Bill O'Reilly. You talked to Trump. Is he telling you to go back on cable news?
Everybody tells me to do that. But why would I do it unless I had confidence that the organization that was hiring me was, A, going to stand behind me, and B, going to put out a presentation that I believe was fair. Let's put it that way. You see, I'm not going to go. I did this for 45 years. When I got out of Boston U, I went up to Scranton, and I worked ever since. I don't need to do it anymore. I don't need to be on television anymore. 45 years, Carl.
Sure you do.
You caught me right in the beginning on Channel 7.
You need to be on it for your ego, just like I do.
No, I got books selling millions of copies. Come on, and I don't even need a co-author like Bill Clinton. I can write the damn books.
Yeah, I can see what. Yeah. All right, I'll let you go. I have no questions about Bill Clinton. Bill O'Reilly, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I enjoy.
All right, Howie. Thanks
enjoy
for having
checking
me
in. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
Newsmax TV. Watch us on Dish, DirecTV, AT&T Uverse, Verizon Fios, or download our free app. Don't have Newsmax TV? Call your local cable provider and request Newsmax today.